Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared and hope is given.
And we are back. This time, I'm gonna let my co-host do all that for that introduction thing. Go ahead on.
So, hi everybody, this is Nicole. I am the founder of Rose Colored Glasses, and I am very privileged and honored to have one of my members, he's a brand new member, to come on and introduce to us what she has to bring to the table today. So, with further ado, let's introduce yourself, shall we?
Hi, my name is Rafika Guillory, and I am so glad to be part of this meeting this afternoon.
Awesome, awesome.
Nicole, Renee has been, I call her Renee because I know her for a long time. She has been on here a while back, and we do a segment sort of like where are they now type thing. And she loves to cook. I remember back in the days when she was in Baton Rouge, and she did a lot of cooking. And today she's going to talk about her hobby, which is cooking, and also show us a grill that she has, and it's going to be very enlightening. You're going to like it. I'm going to like it. And hopefully it'll make us hungry. What did you cook today, Nicole?
I cooked today barbecue chicken with macaroni and cheese and broccoli and, oh my gosh, a little side salad and some garlic bread. So
Okay.
I'm going to have a good meal after this.
Well, email me some of that whenever you finish. And coincidentally, she's going to talk about a barbecue pit. So with further ado, like you say, y'all take it over.
All right.
So, Rafi, can I call you Renee?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
So, Renee, let's do this. What are you bringing to the people today as far as food? Because, girl, you know I love food. Let's do this.
Well, today I actually prepared some, I had a dinner sale today. So today I made some finger beef ribs, a rack of finger beef ribs. I did a rack of St. Louis style pork ribs. I did some homemade baked beans, my sweet cabbage, and I also prepared a chicken.
You know what? I'm coming for dinner. What time is
it? Get over here.
I told you my co-host was greedy.
Yeah, I got a really early start this morning. I've been up since 5:30 a.m.
All right.
How long have you been cooking?
I've been cooking for a long period of time. I remember my first meal I prepared as a kid was spaghetti, and I kind of fell in love with it at that point because it was one thing that I could do that I got compliments on, if that makes any sense. You know.
What is it? Tell us.
Huh?
What was it that you got compliments on?
Well, when I first started cooking, my dad was an awesome cook, by the way. And for him to give you any compliments that are good on anything that you put over a fire, and when he complimented me on the first dish I made, which was spaghetti, it kind of set the pace for me to one day just want to cook for the masses.
All right, all right. So tell us a little bit more about what you're going to be showing us today and what all entails into going the recipes and ingredients that you use to make your cooking style better than everyone else's, because it sounds delicious.
Today I'm going to show you my smoker. I purchased a smoker in November, and this is what I use to prepare my barbecue. So right now I'm just going to flip the camera around and hopefully this will work, okay? Now, right now, what you see is the smoker, and this is the front of the smoker, okay? I cook on a 24 by 48 flat surface, and I have a 20, I want to say this is 22 by 24 upright, which is on the side of the smoker. So the whole smoker is 5 feet long, okay? That is the cooking area. And right here, as I go around the smoker, this is the firebox. This is where all the magic happens. Because without heat, you don't get smoke. And in this firebox, this is the most challenging thing for me being visually impaired, I must say, because in the daytime, being that I'm colorblind as well as legally blind, it is
Right.
difficult for me to actually see the flames from the fire. So I
Okay.
use my ears and I use my hands to determine the heat and the height of the fire. And when I say hands, I don't mean I stick my hand in it, but I
You
can
stick
stick
your
my
hand
hand close
over it
enough, yeah,
to
close
feel the
enough
heat.
to know where the height of the fire is. And
Right.
this is my firebox. And it takes about maybe a good hour to an hour and a half to get this up to 250 temperatures where you want to be when you put your meat on the pit.
So let me ask
Wow.
you this. Do you use any type of thermometers also when you're cooking to make sure that your meat is thoroughly done? Or
Yes,
are
I
you like
do. I,
mom where she knew it was done just by the smell of it?
I do use a meat probe for things like pork and chicken, but the meat probe is something fairly new for me.
Okay.
Um, I generally can tell by, like, for instance, for your ribs. When your ribs are done, your bones are going to be poking out of the end of the ribs, and you'll be able to pick that rib up in the middle of the rib, and it's going to have a little tear in it, and that's going to let you know that your rib is ready to go. Um,
Okay.
but it kind of depends on what I'm cooking. I have been able to get, I do have a thermometer and it has really huge writing, and I also have a thermometer that talks.
Okay.
So, and it's helpful. It's better to actually read the temperature of your meat just for, for other people's consumption, so you make sure that they're getting their food at the proper temperature and it won't make them sick.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, on that grill, how many pieces of chicken can you actually put on there at one time to cook?
Okay, I'm about to open the grill for you. Okay, now I have the it's facing the grill, and
Mm.
on this grate, I for whole chickens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could probably put 12 to 16 chickens on this top grate, and the same on the bottom grate. If we're gonna do leg
Okay.
quarters, I could probably get 50 leg quarters on here on the top grate, and about the same on the bottom grate. And
Mm.
the interesting thing about an offset cooker versus, and I want to say that this is an offset cooker, which makes it, with all this space that I'm showing you, is strictly cooking space. You know how you used to the charcoals being under your meat?
Correct.
Yeah.
So with the offset cooker, the firebox that I showed you earlier, that is what conducts the heat through the pit. So there's no charcoals under your meat, but you do have
Oh.
something called tuning plates that conducts the heat from the firebox through the inside of the pit. And the pit, of course, comes with thermometers on the outside, so I can keep it with my temperature that way.
Oh.
Okay.
So it gives
Okay.
it that grilled taste without having that little hint of charcoal. And that sounds a lot better to me, honestly.
Yeah, it has a this is straight smoke, and it's like, just think of the concept of condensation. So
Correct.
you have your smoke going through the pit. And you also have a water pan. A water pan is very important because it keeps the meat moist. Okay.
Okay. Now, those plates, do you have to clean those every time you barbecue, or
Good
you know?
question. Good question. Because the last time I used my pit, I had to clean it before I used it,
Mm.
and the tuning plates were awful because all the grease from the chicken dripped down on the tuning plate. So I actually had to everything, take the grates off, and I actually cleaned my tuning plates. And now I put foil paper over 'em.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
after I'm done cooking, I just remove the foil paper, and it keeps me from having to clean them. And I don't preferably like leaving grease on this type of pit because it attracts bugs and ants and
Yeah.
things.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Well, definitely, you know your stuff. So how often do you get a chance to use this grill? Um,
Well, right now I'm doing only once a month sales. So right now I'm using it once a month for selling plates.
mm,
Now, I do have some other barbecue pits in the backyard of where I'm at right now. So when I have
mm,
smaller pits, I just use that to practice on.
gotcha. Okay.
Because this
So
pit takes so much fuel to light it, unless I'm having a gathering and people are going to eat.
Mm,
I don't. I use a smaller cooking vessel.
Okay.
So, Renee, why don't you tell the people where you're from, so that way, if we have any viewers in your area, they can know how much you're selling your plates for, and we can kind of get you some business out there.
Okay, I'm actually in Houston, Texas. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but I'm here in Houston, Texas. I've been here for 16 years. My concept when it comes to my business is barbecue and karaoke, because it's my two most favorite things to do. And my goal is to bring the party to you. Family
Okay.
reunions, graduations, fundraisers. Um, in Houston, Texas, where I live at, karaoke is a very big deal. They are serious about their singing, and they are
Okay.
also serious about their barbecue here.
Oh
So
yeah.
So,
when
do you have a website that we can have our viewers go to if they want to have you to cater or host a party?
right now, my mode of contact is through inbox on Facebook, or you can call me, or you can send me an email. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do have a website that's under construction, pitdreams.com. However, I'm having a very hard time getting it together. That's not something that I'm really good at. So I'm gonna have to elicit somebody to actually help me.
Okay.
Okay.
So if anybody out there got some skills in this community that we in, please, I would accept your services.
Okay. Y'all hear that, man?
She put it out there. Y'all get
Mm.
it. All right. So if you could leave the blind and visually impaired community, and even the sighted community, with any words of encouragement, what would they be?
For me, it's not being scared to try new things. I often make a joke, you know. I have I call it bipolarism. Whatever idea I have, whatever idea that I have, I at least try it, even if I only try it once, and to just not be scared to jump out there and at least try. You know, some things are not always going to come together, but when that one thing doesn't come together, just try something else. I've been trying to cater for a number of years. I have done different concepts, and this concept is the most excited I have ever been. So just keep trying, no matter what it is. No matter what it is, there's enough money out here for everybody.
All
Definitely.
right.
I know.
All right.
I know your
You heard it
passion, though.
first.
Definitely. I know her passion. I've been known as, like I said, for a long time. So y'all definitely support my girl. We're gonna do what we can to make it happen for you. And I'm gonna leave my co-host up to taking us out.
All right,
Okay.
everybody out there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, bell that says all notification. And as always, we are out here making changes, people. No excuses on the Parker/Daniel show. Mwah. Goodbye.
Goodbye, you
Thank
guys.
y'all. Okay. Thanks for coming.
All right, y'all be good. Okay, what do I do now? I gotta learn this. I think I'm out.
Okay.
Okay, what it was is we got quiet because he does his little intro out.
Okay, are we still here?
No, we're
Yeah,
done.
we're not recording though.
But we're
Here at the Parker Daniel Show, we want to thank you for always tuning in and watching such amazing stories. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for future videos.